Hello, welcome to my channel, True Crime with KT. Today I'm going to talk about the lorivallow case. I've brought her up before and she's been all over the news. And I'm kind of just going to go over some things that have happened in the case recently, a little bit of background information about the case, and some ideas that I would like to explore in future videos. Her children are missing. Her children are Joshua Vallow, who is 7 years old, and Tylee Ryan, who is 17 years old. They've been missing since September. Law enforcement have asked her repeatedly regarding their whereabouts, and she has refused to reveal where they are. And law enforcement say that she's not cooperating in the search for them. She's facing some other charges, such as, well, the original charge would be a felony for child desertion, and some misdemeanors, which include resisting or obstructing, criminal solicitation to commit a crime, and contempt of court. I'm going to talk about today, that's my cat's making noises, just ignore that. I'm going to talk today about some of the mysterious deaths that have been surrounding her throughout the past few years. And currently, the Idaho Attorney General is investigating Lori and her new husband, Chad Daybell. The Fremont County prosecutor wants the Attorney General to consider filing conspiracy charges for attempted murder or murder charges against Lori and Chad in conjunction with the death of Chad's first wife, Tammy Daybell. At first, her death was considered natural causes. They believed that she died in her sleep, according to Chad. However, recently the body has been exhumed because it's possible suspicious circumstances. Tammy died back in October of 2019, and 2 weeks later, Chad and Lori got married on a beach in Hawaii, and her children were nowhere to be seen. What you're looking at here are her children. That's JJ, who was 7, as I said, and Tylee Ryan, who was 17. And in the photo that's coming up next, that's a more recent photo of them, and they look a little different. But that's the last photo they have of the two children together. Lori was back in court recently. She's been in jail. She had a $5 million bond, and they lowered it to $1 million. But here recently, her attorney asked for it to be lowered again, and it was denied. Some other suspicious deaths surrounding Lori would include the death of her husband, Charlesvallow. He died in July 2019 when her brother, Alexcox, shot him supposedly in self-defense. Then, interestingly enough, Alexcox died in December of 2019, but the autopsy results have not even been released yet. In March, Lori was extradited to Idaho from Hawaii. And back in November, she had told authorities that her son was in Arizona. But when law enforcement went to find him, that was found to not be true. They came back the next day, and that's when Lori and Chad had fled out of town. JJ's grandparents were asked if they knew the whereabouts of JJ, and they had stated they had not heard from him in months. Other mysterious deaths surrounding Lori: her sister, Stacy Lynn Cope, died suddenly in 1998 at the age of 31, and the cause of her death was undetermined. Her brother, Alexcox, had been alleged to be a possible participant in a non-fatal drive-by shooting of a Brandon Boudreaux, whose former wife is Melanie, which is Lori's adult niece and daughter of her sister Stacy Cox Cope. So again, someone else was shot at. They didn't kill that person, apparently. But there's just lots of mysterious deaths and attempted murder surrounding this family. It seems as if Lori and Chad had developed some doomsday religious beliefs together. The family had said that Lori and Charles seemed to be a normal couple. But Lori suddenly started developing all these new ideas and beliefs, one of which is that she's a god and that she's assigned to carry out the work of the 144,000 people that Christ would need for the second coming, which is scheduled to be, in their eyes, in July 2020, which that's coming up soon. So I'm just wondering if she's going to still be in jail at that point, or what's going to be going on. They said that Lori got increasingly interested in divergent beliefs and this doomsday preparation ideas, and that she appeared on a podcast with Chad Daybell, and that's kind of where their relationship took off. But her husband, Charles, had filed for divorce from Lori, and she had reportedly told him that she would kill him if he got in her way. So he took out an order of protection against her. Charles had said that she had become obsessed about near-death experiences and spiritual visions. Daybell, Chad Daybell, has written dozens of books on near-death experiences. He's written books about visions and the decline and downfall of the United States with a foreign invasion of America. In the photo is Chad Daybell and his former wife, Tammy Daybell. And here is a photo of Chad and Lori when they got married in Hawaii after Tammy's death. In researching this case, I found so much information about both Lori and Chad. They seem to be a very interesting and dynamic couple. One thing that I discovered, as you will see in the photos that are coming up, is that Lori in 2004 was a contestant in the Mrs. Texas pageant. She was a semifinalist, but she was eliminated in the final round. Also, she claimed that she was a $17,000 winner on Wheel of Fortune. Now, I haven't done any extra research to see if that's true, but I'm presuming if she said it, that it's accurate. But you can see in the photos that she's very fit, at least she was in 2004, and she seems to have aged a lot in recent years, more so than the average person. So I don't know if it's the stress of all the deaths that's getting to her, or just what's going on there. I would like to know, some of the questions that I have regarding this case is if she's ever had any diagnosis of any mental illness. Did she have any symptoms of such before her involvement with Daybell, or did he start influencing her in some way? Did he brainwash her? He seems to have all these books that he's written prior to even knowing her, I guess, and so he's been on this subject for a while. So I'm wondering, does he have a history of brainwashing people? Does he have followers? How many books has he sold? How successful are his books? Those are some things that I'm wondering. I'm even wondering if Lori and Chad both have any followers. It seems like when she came back to Idaho, when she was extradited from Hawaii, as in one of the photos that I've already shown, she was smiling from ear to ear as if she knew the people in the courtroom, or I'm sure she knew her attorney, but it just seemed to me that she was very happy about being back in Idaho, or either she was faking it, I don't know. But I am curious about if she's had any kind of mental illnesses, and I'm curious about these visions that she has had, and some of the ideas that Chad Daybell has as well. And so I'm going to be researching that a little bit. It seems a lot of information is out there, and I would like to read some of his books, or at least research his books to know a little bit more. But, you know, they're going to be in the news because the kids are still not found. They haven't produced the children. And, law enforcement is really coming down hard on them about that. And I just want to investigate this case a little bit more, do a little bit more research. And I would encourage you to add any comments that you have below, and also subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, I appreciate you. I'm trying to get those numbers up, so share. Also, give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. But I will be covering this again, and I'm going to be covering something new, I guess, coming up. But I'll be out with another video soon, hopefully. Thank you.